Removing moisture from your bagpipe between playings is a very important thing for the instrument, be it a poly instrument or a blackwood instrument. Poly instruments accumulate moisture at a greater level, and the wooden instruments, we just want to remove as much moisture as possible and not let it build up on the raw wood inside the bagpipe or in the bores. Many pipe bags today have zippers involved in the construction of the bag. This allows us to get at moisture controlling devices, and also it allows us to air dry our instruments. One of the simplest things to do after a common daily practice is just to open up our bag, open up the zipper, allowing the bag to air dry out. One of the main things we also want to work with in this of the drying of the bagpipe in the care of the reeds is taking care of the chanter. Once we have played and practiced, we want to remove the chanter from the bagpipe and being very careful here, taking the reed out, not touching the reed. We'd like to use one of these chanter caps to help protect the reed and not mess with the reed in the reed seat, allowing the chanter reed to dry out between plays. Any cap is suitable. There are humidor style caps which wick moisture away and add moisture so the reed doesn't dry out. Any chanter cap will work. It's important that the cap does have a venting hole so that the chanter reed has a chance to dry out between plays. When you've played your bagpipe for a longer period of time in cooler weather, in a longer parade, and moisture has built up inside the instrument, a more extensive drying out period is needed so that the instrument is ready to be played the next time. One of the easiest ways to do this is to take your bag, cap your chanter, take the chanter out, cap the reed, and then what we want to do is we just want to break down our instrument. A lot of times the easiest way to do that is to take it in the pipe case or on a kitchen table someplace that's safe and just take the instrument apart so that the instrument can dry out thoroughly. From this point, we also want to take apart the drones from the tops from the bottoms and the base completely apart. In a lot of situations, this is going to be enough drying, air drying, that will allow the instrument to be played within an hour, 2 hours. We don't want to leave the instrument like this for an extended period of time because the whole instrument will dry out too much between the playing. So what we've done is we've broken down the instrument just so that it can be air dried. The next stage to this would be also to swab out or brush out your drones, removing any excess moisture. What we want to do is we want to take the drone reeds out, marking the drone reeds so we know which tenor goes into which tenor. And at this point we want to take our swabs or our brushes and we just want to swab out the drones quickly, removing any excess moisture. We use a larger swab for the drone tops. Just taking out any excess moisture. When you do have a long parade in cooler weather, the condensation in the upper part of the drones will accumulate. In poly instruments, it will accumulate at a greater amount. We want to remove that moisture from the wood, and we want to remove that moisture so that that moisture does not beat up and run down into the reeds where the moisture will affect the performance of the individual drone reed.